I finally now see mental side of it is something that you can train, and it's not just something that either have to be good at or you just understand. So it's a bit like batting a ball, like you can tweak little things here and there for you to, take into the next game. So yeah, that would probably be what I'm most excited. Before starting with Nick, I did have a couple other mindset sports psychologists. One who was Perth-based for a season, and last season I saw someone else who was based in Sydney, and he's worked with like a lot of Olympic athletes, the Warners and that sort of stuff. So he's worked with a lot of good people, but I think the main difference I've found is how much more hands-on this has been, which is something I prefer. With the people I've had before, it was more just like kind of overload of theory stuff. Like we had half an hour calls every week. It was like for the entire season. He would just keep talking about like theoretical concepts and stuff like that. Yeah, there were a couple good things that came out of it, and it did stick with me. But I think having worksheets and like kind of physical things to go back and rely on has been very helpful. I think I've told Nick a lot that I like the practical approach of it. It's easy for me to break down the actual problem and then actually not just break down the problem, but find something that works against the problem. I moved clubs, and it was more just for opportunities, because I was playing like first grade at my other club. Like I was playing when I was 16, 17, 18, but the problem was I wasn't doing too much, because we also did have a lot of the big state players such as like Sean Marsh, Ashton Turner, Sam Whiteman, Jai Richardson. So all these guys, like I got to play with all of them, but that also meant that I couldn't do, like wasn't given too much of a role. I know Doki, I was at the same cricket club as him. We've always played in like all these rep games and state, like interstate games and stuff like that. I had a chat to him, and he was just telling me how like Nick is very good, and he's very like kind of hands-on, and he'll be very good for you. I also not too close with Teague Wiley, but I know of him and he knows of me. But yeah, and then after I saw that he was working with Nick as well, I was like, there's nothing to lose. The pressure signature, I think it was more, yeah, I know what pressure is. I know when I get pressure. We've all been in those situations, but then to break down like how I feel in that moment, it was like, oh, okay, so when it's a pressure situation, like I feel like this in my body, I start thinking like this. So I think it's first like identifying all the things that happen in like different situations in cricket, and then it's about like, okay, how do we put measures and controls in place to then, perform at your best when you're in difficult situations. I still am playing like T20s, like a winter competition T20. It's still very competitive cricket. A lot of grade cricketers come play, but it's more just me trying to find like enjoyment out of it. So in a way that's helped with like feeling less pressure, and when I'm actually playing, I'm able to feel less pressure and be in that flow state a bit more. I see all these worksheets as like the base building, and then it's about like how do I take all of them with me into my actual season, which starts end of September, and then like seeing where things are going right and wrong, and when it's going right, stick to it. When it's going wrong, how do I tweak whatever I've learned before a little bit so that I can then take it into the next game.